Councilmember Burnworth.
Here.
Councilmember Tucker.
Here.
Mayor Obesa Martinez.
Here.
And Councilmember Amparano and Mayor Pro Tem Mendoza are absent for the record.
All right. Can we do the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Can I have something from Serapis lead us?
Absolutely. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah, just fish for her report. Do we have report from City Attorney?
Due to quorum and timing scheduling, the closed session will take place immediately at the end of the meeting. So there will be an opportunity to comment on at that point if you wanted to discuss anything related to that. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, public comment for closed. We don't. Conference call to order. Roll call. Okay. Any adjustments to the agenda?
There are no adjustments to the agenda.
Thank you so much. Public comment. If you wish to address the city council concerning any item within the city council's jurisdiction, please raise your hand and be acknowledged by the mayor. At that time, state your name and address for the record. The mayor reserves the right to place a time limit of 3 minutes on each person's presentation. Did we have any emails?
No comments via email.
Thank you. May I please call up Kelly Jordan? Yes. Thank you.
Good evening. I want to take this moment to thank the council members for your leadership during this time of heightened public attention and civic engagement. The level of participation we're seeing reflects a community that cares deeply about its future and believes that decisions of this magnitude should be made with full information, not assumptions or promises. That kind of engagement is a strength and it deserves a process that meets it with care and rigor. So thank you for your commitment to ensuring that decisions are grounded in thorough analysis, enforceable commitments, and the long-term well-being of the people you serve. Accountability builds trust, transparency builds confidence, and leadership, especially in moments like this, requires both. I appreciate your willingness to uphold these principles on behalf of the community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Robert Powell? You could state your name and your address, please.
Good evening. My name is Robert Powell, and I live at 277 West La Paz Drive here in Imperial, and I've been a resident of the city since 1995. Nice to see the police department here. We got a great department here. Appreciate you guys. Since I've lived here, I've been quite concerned over some things that have happened through the years with some of the development that's gone on. We've had some housing development going in with too narrow of streets. Cars can't pass by, not proper setback of the houses, and it's been pretty frustrating, but couldn't let that go by. But I just want to tell you how much I appreciate your recent engagement on this data center. It's just absolutely awesome that you guys are considering the well-being of your residents and that you're taking a stand against this with the county. It's just incredible advocacy, and I just want to tell you how much I appreciate that and trying to spread the word on that also. I also want to cover one thing that's happened with this data center because there's a lot of scuttlebutt going around, and I know you all are engaged in it. I know it's really not our project anymore here in the city, but one thing that's happened is regarding the emissions from the giant generator farm that these guys are going to build, they did a health risk assessment for that. And I took a look at that health risk assessment, which apparently was done pursuant to the permit conditions for those generators. Now, the scenario for the permit is that they have to crank up a portion of those generators at a time and test them. So they did a health risk assessment looking at that scenario where they only crank up a few of them at a time, and that's the risk they assessed. They completely left out of that health risk assessment the scenario of an outage and having to crank all the generators up at the same time, spewing those emissions right into our neighborhood. And then the other thing I wanted to communicate to you is that I am, in my former life, I am a CEQA practitioner. And this certainly, if it's not against the law of CEQA, it certainly is against the spirit of CEQA. It's just really outrageous what they're doing here. And I've been very discouraged with some of the county supervisors' comments that we should just come to the city of Imperial. They're the ones that zoned it this way 20 years ago. That just shows a real lack of concern for citizen well-being. So anyway, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you guys. This was a courageous stand, and thank you very, very much. Appreciate it. I wish Robert was here to hear this, but please pass it on. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert.
He'll be watching. Yeah, yeah, he'll see it.
Thank you. Michelle Hollinger?
Well, that was really good. So it's going to be a little hard to follow. So, good afternoon, council members. I'm with Victoria Homes, and I'm also a resident in Victoria Ranch in Imperial. I appreciate your support and transparency regarding the proposed 950 square foot data center. That's proposed to be 116 feet from the residence at Victoria Ranch. And I would like to respectfully request that the city of Imperial adopt a resolution to protect residents, resources, and the environment against AI data centers. I ask that you include special conditions and setbacks to schools and residents close to AI data centers, and especially to require CEQA and EIR studies. Thank you. You guys are a beautiful council to work with. I'm very blessed to be here in your city. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Any other public comment? Seeing none, we'll move on to presentations. STEAM Wars presentation by Seroptimus President Ivan Sotomayor, and a fellow library commissioner.
All right. Well, good evening, Mayor, City Council, City Team. Hi, Dennis. I'm back again. So I usually wear the hat of Library Board Trustee, but today I come to you as President of Seroptimus International of El Centro. So basically, I'm here tonight because I'm representing a project that we are taking on. It is called the STEAM Wars and Beyond Dream It Be It Girls Conference, and this is for girls ages 10 to 18. In the next few minutes, I'll share why this project is important to the City of Imperial and what this program is building and how the city can participate as a sponsor and community champion. So, why does this matter for the City of Imperial? Well, workforce and economic development start early with access and belonging. This year, we're aiming to register 150 plus girls, and we currently have 115 registered. Most importantly for the city, 25 registered students are from the City of Imperial. The city's support would help remove barriers, transportation, meals, materials, scholarships, so cost is never a reason for a girl not to attend this conference. And we're also attracting participation from the wider region. So we will be receiving students coming in from San Diego County, Riverside County, Yuma, and Mexicali. So not only is this a regional event, this is turned into a binational event that we are actively working with the Consulate of Mexico. And so this elevates the Imperial County as a place where opportunity is real. So STEAM Wars is the capstone conference day, but STEAM Wars and Beyond is a year-round pathway, which includes workshops, mentorships, and skills that connect STEAM to law, business, finance, agriculture, and emerging industry. We've also successfully added the NASA Space Apps Challenge, which is giving girls team-based, hands-on innovation and problem solving. So they just don't hear about our careers. They practice those skills that require required by these careers. So our proof of impact is right now With a city sponsorship, we would fund student access, scholarships, transportation, meals, plus hands-on material and mentor experiences. So we have proof that this works because our inaugural event served 88 girls. We raised 30,000 and we mobilized 400 volunteer hours and established a partnership with NASA Engages, which we will continue this year, and we will continue bringing NASA back to the Imperial Valley. In return, we hope that if the city decides to pursue a sponsorship, be a representative, that we would highlight the city, and perhaps if you want to do like a booth or a career in city services, because there are many careers here that you probably do have that are STEM related. And we want the girls to envision themselves, you know, not only are you a resident, but this is something that you can come back to. So what we are inviting the city tonight is to participate actually at any level. Anything that we can get would be great. And so through a sponsorship amount that fits the community investment goals, or an in-kind support, like let's say transportation, printing materials, staff participation, or even giveaways would be welcome. Any level of support directly removes the barriers for our local girls and strengthens our future workforce pipeline. I want to underscore the significance of where this is headed. So at this point, STEAM Wars and Beyond has been approved by our Seroptimus International Foundation. We are entering the final stage, the signing stage. And so what that is that our foundation is a Seroptimus Global Philanthropic Foundation. So being selected for this project means that we have already been vetted for impact, accountability, and the ability to grow. What that changes is visibility. So this work will be seen across the Seroptimus federations globally. We belong to 5 federations, which handle more than 35,000 members. And our federation alone spans North America, South America, and the Pacific Rim, which includes Japan, Taiwan, the Mariana Islands, South Korea. And that's just our federation. Because this project has been selected at the very top level to be recognized, any data that comes out of here will be reported to Seroptimus International Council, which is, we are one of, I believe, 13 nonprofits that have a UNESCO status with the United Nations. So basically, this project is being reported in Seroptimus grassroots efforts for advocacy for women and girls worldwide. So basically, we're just waiting for the final paper to be signed, and this project will now be a part of that and reported to the United Nations after everything is said and done. So basically, the city of Imperial would have the opportunity to be recognized as a civic partner in a program that is local at heart, but now positioned on a broader stage. So when we talk about that, we always issue an impact report. And so that impact report, City of Imperial would certainly go into that. And we're hoping it would be seen by, you know, a lot more than just our federation. It's seen by other global organizations. For example, Disney has seen this impact report, GE Aerospace. So that's why we're so eager to have the cities participate and, you know, fund this STEM event, because for right now we focus on women and girls, but we foresee this expanding to everybody in the Imperial Valley. And with the NASA space apps, we can deliver that as well, because we're creating a future here for STEM. So that is, you know, my presentation. So any questions?
I have a question. What
Yes.
day is it on? And if somebody wants to register, where would they go?
Okay, so it is on, well, it's this month, January 24th. It will be at the Central Union High School STEM building, because it's the biggest STEM building that we have here, but it's also a wonderful place to host it. The deadline to register is Monday the 12th, I would say at 11:59 p.m. So that's the latest. It's open to all girls, 11 to 18. Whoever wants to join, it will be from 8 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We will be providing everything free of cost, so they'll get breakfast, lunch, and snacks. So I hear tacos are on the menu, so that's always popular.
Nice. Thank you. I just want to take a second and say I think this is such a wonderful event. As a woman in STEM myself, this is something that, I mean, this definitely wasn't around when I was going to college and picking a career. So I'm really thankful to see it and really glad to see it grow. And it's such a wonderful thing that you're providing for the community.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Any comments, questions for Yvonne?
No, the only comment I would have, how come only girls?
Well, right now, what we're trying to do is we're trying to bridge the gap. It's a good
No, I'm
question.
just asking, yeah.
It's a good question because what we're trying to do is bridge the gap between gender inequality when it comes to the STEM field. So right now, women only represent 34%. And what we want to do is even that playing field because a lot of it, we believe, after research has been done, that when we hire the participation of women, we're increasing the workforce, but also means increasing production output ideas that are, will be flowing a lot more because you don't ever want ideas, to not go away, to be created, especially in STEM. What's it called? We need hands full on to make sure that we keep advancing at the pace that, we need and just to see where we're going to go here, especially in the Imperial Valley where, it's a whole bunch of things are happening and we want to make sure that our kids, we ensure that pipeline of talent is continued and pushed further.
Thank you.
I look up here, females are doing okay.
I'm surprised that it's 34%. I mean, it's definitely a male dominated, but there's a lot more younger women coming through, which is always exciting.
There is, and it's just, we just want to make sure that we give them a chance, especially now, because it's, as parents, you all recognize it's very hard to send them to school. And right now, we do have issues where some of our students are struggling to eat at the moment. The Pell Grants that they had, they're not receiving anymore. Some of them have been cut. So we are working extra hard to bring other resources. So not only are we trying to provide direct mentor-to-mentor contact, but we're also giving the opportunity. It's like, okay, these are your choices to go here in the United States, in California, what's here, but it's also look at, do you want to go to Mexico? Do you want to go to Canada? What is available for the careers that you want? And don't limit yourself to just one space, but also the hopes that we will bring in outside industry. And so some of our partnerships that we have formed, when you're dealing with companies like, say, Lockheed and Boeing, you're really cut out because they already have their population in, San Diego and LA County. So what we did, we got creative. Let's go work with the Mexican consulate. There's American companies right across the border. Let's talk with them. Let's see if they'll vouch for us to their organization, their head organization here in the U.S. and give us a chance here in the Valley. So that's how we're approaching this.
Thank you.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies. Moving on to consent agenda. All items appearing under the consent agenda will be acted upon by the city council with one motion without discussion. Should any council member or any other person request that an item be considered separately, the item will then be taken up at the time as determined by the mayor. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Please vote, all three of us.
Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you. Moving on to public hearing discussion, C1. The purpose of this public hearing is for the approving the vacation of the public right-of-way of O Street between First and Second Street, recommended by the Planning Commission, and I believe Eve presenting.
Yes, correct.
So we're gonna open the public hearing at 7:19.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and council members. This public hearing is for the vacation of portion of O Street between First and Second Street requested by Raul Parra, owner of Imperial Truss and Lumber, and this is to support their business expansion. The street vacation is a key component of Mr. Parra's broader effort to revitalize and modernize the rail-served industrial zone area by attracting new professional services and improving the district's overall appearance. The City of Imperial's Planning Commission reviewed the project and held a public hearing on September 24th, 2025, resulting in the adoption of Resolution PC 2025-12, confirming the vacation's conformance with the city's general plan. Resolution 2025-53 was adopted at the December 3rd, 2025 City Council meeting, declaring the city's intent to vacate the public right-of-way portion of O Street between First and Second Street. This public hearing marks the third and final hearing for the right-of-way vacation of Oak Street between First and Second Street. The second phase of this project, which involves vacating Oak Street between Second Street and Third Street, is scheduled for January 21st, 2026. Staff recommends approval of Resolution 2026, and I'll stand for any questions. Mr. Parra is also here if you have any questions for the applicant.
Do we have any questions or public comment?
So moved.
Seeing none, I will close this public hearing at 7:20.
Second.
I have a first and a second, please vote.
And that project is looking very nice. And we've already been through all the stuff during our open meetings, and Otan did their job. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
I'll vote so we can move on.
Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you. Moving on to C2, public hearing for the purpose of the approving tentative tract map 24-02 for the Monterey Park Division, subdivision, number 2, Unit D3. We'll open this hearing at 7:21 with Yvonne presenting again.
Jupiter Ventures is proposing modifications to the previously approved Monterey Park subdivision map. The proposed revision involves subdividing 2 parcels into 11 single-family residential lots, resulting in an increase in the total unit count from 598 to 609. This project was reviewed by the Planning Commission on April 23rd, 2025, resulting in the approval of Resolution PC 2025-08, with a recommendation for a review of its consistency with the Airport Land Use Compatibility Plan of 1996. The Airport Land Use Commission reviewed the project on November 19th, 2025, and determined the project was not consistent with the Airport Land Use Compatibility Plan of 1996. Staff recommendation is to move to adopt Resolution 2025-02, approving the tentative map and overruling the Airport Land Use Commission determination.
Any public comment or input?
So moved.
I have a
Second.
first and a second.
Yeah.
Questions? I'm going to close this public hearing at 7:22.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second again.
Please vote.
Motion carries 3-0.
Thank you, Ms. Yvonne.
Thank you.
Moving on to D1, update regarding the 6th Street and H Street Imperial Apartments window replacement project and authorization to seek bids for kitchen and bathroom rehabilitation by Mr. Garcia.
Thank you, Mayor and City Council members. Before you, as requested, we have an update on our city apartments at the 6th and 8th Street location. As you recall, those are 10 units there, previously obtained by the city and recently turned into affordable housing units. Previously in 2019, Community Development did an extensive study with an engineering firm that provided a list, detailed list of upgrades and repairs that needed to be done there at that location. From that report, they put out RFPs for some of that work to be done. Those proposals all came back almost twice of what that initial cost analysis was. More significantly, it was that at the time the city didn't have the funds for that price tag that it came with. So at that time, around 2021, the city staff performed a lot of the projects there that needed to be done, which included AC replacements. They redid the roof, extensive electrical work there, and supports in the carport structures. That was all done in-house. That significantly saved funds, which we didn't have. Last year, we did receive $406,000 in PLHA grant funds. And so with that, we provided a list here of some of the projects that need to be done. We did target at the end of last year, we put out the RFP, as you will recall, approving for the window replacement. And so that was, we identified as a significant project that needed to be done. The windows were the old glass pane, aluminum frames, no energy efficiency. The locking mechanisms didn't work, so it didn't really provide their home security. So all those windows, that was completed last month. And if you've gone by there, you'll notice they're very nice looking. Talking with the residents, they're very happy with that part of the project. So if you look here on the staff report, some of the other projects that are in significant need, the exterior doors are definitely a need, like the windows. They're outdated. They don't provide any energy efficiency, as well as it appears they're actually interior doors, not really exterior doors. One of the residents actually showed me a door that was used to replace her broken door, but it was a broken door replacing a broken door. So that's definitely needed. The bathrooms, some of them have vents, but there's no fan system with the vent. And a couple of them don't have any ventilation whatsoever, so it causes moisture issues, which is some of the drywall and paint in there. And so those need to be repaired and taken care of. The two major projects would be the bathroom remodeling and kitchen remodeling. I couldn't tell you when the last time those were done. They're very outdated and in significant need of updating and fixing those. Those would be the high ticket items. So we would like to do an RFP to get an idea of what that would cost. The RFP we will write as joint projects, but also separately bidded together, so we can evaluate if we can afford to do both projects at once, or if we have to pick and choose and identify which one is more priority. And then lastly, just the flooring. Some of them have very old carpeting, some of them have the concrete foundation is the flooring, very old, outdated, and so that's the next project that we need to tackle. As I said, we did get the 406,000 from Pale HA. Of that, we still have 356,000, so we should be able to handle quite a bit of this, depending on what those proposals come back as. We'll also evaluate if some of that work we can do in-house. Our staff, and I believe those major projects that were done included several of our departments. I know community development was involved, public services, and parks and rec staff, all jointly worked on all those projects. The problem with that is it takes them away from their day-to-day duties that
And Tony
significantly
gets
impact
chewed
their
out for
services.
not getting the yard work
Right.
done. I remember that project. It wasn't Tony's fault, but.
So the preference would be to contract it out, but once we get those RFPs, we can evaluate and come back and discuss that further. And then there is another 72,000 that we've submitted for. It's the last year of this 5-year cycle on this PLHA grant. And we're optimistic we will be receiving that too, to add to the 356. So with that, that's the plan. We would like to put out RFPs for the bathroom and kitchen remodeling, and see what those come back to, and then we can chart a plan from that.
I'm so glad we will not be a slumlord anymore. Hopefully.
That is that.
Slightly embarrassing.
What, when you guys do these projects, what are you gonna do with the residents, I guess?
I'm sorry?
With these projects, when you start them, like the kitchens and the bathrooms, will they take several days? How will the resident?
That'll be part of the RFP and the selection process with the contractor and their proposal of how they would address that and deal with that. I know on some of the major projects, the roofing project, some of the tenants were actually put up in hotels, which is also costly too. This window project was the company that was awarded the contract on that. They came in, I believe it was 5 days, and then they came back the following week for a couple of days to do some minor follow-up stuff. But all the residents were able to remain in their residence and didn't have to, move out for a couple of days. They were really quick and efficient in doing that. And so optimistically, we're hoping we can get contractors to do some of this work along the same.
Okay, great. Any other questions, comments? I'll entertain a motion.
Go, James.
I'll make a motion to
Second.
approve the.
Go ahead and vote.
Second.
Motion carries 3-0.
D2, approval of accepting updates to the Imperial Police Department Policy Manual through Lexipol. Is that how you say it? Chief Will?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. As you may recall, about 6 months ago, back in July, we did a whole revamp of our policy manual, which was significantly out of date. These 22 additional updates to the policies all come down from Lexipol within these last 6 months. Our goal is to come to you every 6 months for any updates that's recommended by Lexipol. And all of these updates are due to California law, evolving professional standards, and best practices in modern law enforcement. I'll stand for any questions.
So moved.
Second.
Fastest ever.
Motion carries 3-0.
Yay. All right, reports. Mr. Marita, would you like to report anything out?
I'm sorry?
Would you want to report anything out?
Actually, I do not have
You
anything.
do?
Oh, no
I thought you did have something. No? Okay, never mind. Miss Christina, anything?
I have nothing to report, thank you.
All right, Mr. Mora?
Real quick on Highway 86, the amended soil import has been completed and the grading as well. We are trenching to install the deep rooting system, the irrigation. The flashing beacon equipment has been delivered. The only pending item there is the pedestals. We don't have a date of delivery date. We're pushing that also delays the project, the planting of the trees, the installation of the flashing beacons and whatnot. So, but we're pushing. At least we're installing all that, getting ready, and as soon as the manhole project from Public Services is completed, then we'll do the striping throughout Barione and Highway 86.
Perfect, thank you. Mr. David Dale?
Yes, we had the 21-inch sewer line is continuing. The wet well, the deep wet well has been installed. It's 20 feet deep. So the dewatering system is now turned off. We've got the wet well in, the piping, and it's going really well. That project's going to have a very deep and lasting impact for the city, especially the south side of Imperial and the southwest side of Imperial for the future. And so that's a really good project that we're really proud of. So it's continuing, and we got word that the pumps will be here sometime early March. Now they delayed the pumps, so we'll have that up and going probably in April, I'm guessing.
Great, thank you. Mr. Tony? Oh, you have a question? Sorry.
No.
Okay.
So we have a movie at the park next Friday here, right across at Eager. It's a Cat in the Hat, from 6 to 9 p.m. So if you're in the area and you want to come join us, we'll have a bunch of treats for the family. Bring your blankets because it's going to be cold.
Yeah.
So the very next thing after that is our February 7th. We have our another one of our downtown events, Carnaval, 5 to 9 p.m. We're going to have a bunch of the things that we usually have, rides, free things for the entire community to enjoy. And we will not have Julian pies at this one. So, Nora at the next one. Just I'm putting at that as a disclaimer.
Yeah, people are serious about those pies.
Oh, yes, very serious. So, I think
I have one in my freezer. I'll sell it for $50.
Yeah. KDCT said she'll drive in tribute for the. No, I just kidding.
yeah, I can,
right?
I can go pick them up.
I'm joking.
So just February and March have always been not so popular. There is a few stragglers that do buy, but not as popular as October and December. So we're cutting that out of there just to save some money and some time. So come join us on February 7th, 5 to 9, and next week here at Eager, 6 to 9 as well for the movie.
Thank you. Mr. Estrada?
Nothing to report today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Not real, it's Max.
Nothing to report from the police department.
I felt like the Anchorman, or was it Anchorman where he just read it? I was like, that's not. Sorry, Mr. Lancer.
Good evening. So I want to report out that we began to implement a new fire station numbering system. We're going to a regional approach. A good example is Dogwood Road, where you have El Central Station 2 and County Station 2. So they respond to calls together, but they're both called Engine 2. So it doesn't do much for tracking personnel and accountability. So we've gone to a regional approach. We used chronology. We did research to find out when were the first fire stations, second, third, et cetera, and we just numbered them that way. It's not perfect. We found some mistakes afterward, after we established the numbers, but the important thing is the numbers are all unique to each location, so that means that the apparatus corresponds with that number. So if you're coming out of Station 8, which is now the City of Imperial Station, it's Engine 8, or it's Ladder 8. So that's how it works with all the stations, so that they're all distinct, and they're not duplicated. We were the first to implement, so the 8 county stations and the city station are the first to implement. The other departments will implement and by June 30, except for Holtville, Calipatria, and Westmoreland. But maybe at some point they'll come along. But that's just want to let you know, it doesn't affect operations at all, except for, as I mentioned, the accountability piece, the safety piece of being able to track our personnel better without all of this duplication. The second item I wanted to report out is we had for the new engine, an inspection scheduled for mid-December of last month. The manufacturer postponed it to this month because they weren't ready, which is common. And so we'll have 3 personnel go out to inspect the unit. They'll develop a pick list of items to be cleaned up, taken care of, what have you. And that trip will be in about 10 days. So they'll be there for about 2-3 days. And it's in Wisconsin in January, so I don't know how much fun they're going to have, but it's another step closer to getting that engine here. And so that project is moving forward. That's all I have.
So I have a question. Oh, sorry. Go. No. What happens to the old fire truck?
So we still have the old fire truck, but what we're going to do is salvage all the equipment that is still functional that we can work with, tools and equipment, and then go through the surplus process to have it surplused and eventually sold at auction or donated. Depends on what ultimately the city's wishes are.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Manriquez.
Now, do they still use the bursary to go across the airport? They don't seem like they don't use it as much as they used to.
No,
like last year.
No, we don't. We try to go out across the airport towards 86.
Oh, okay.
However, we've had problems with communications with the airport, lack of radios. So that's one of the items that we're addressing. So we're purchasing the new radios that are required so that we can communicate with the airport, because you cannot traverse the runways unless you communicate first to ensure that there's no plane coming in or taking off. You just can't depend on your visual. You have to actually confirm with the airport that they're not coming in or out at the time,
It
and
just
then you
seems
get
like
approval.
it's been a lot less.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
used-
The bursary we don't typically use. We've had a lot of problems with the gate there, and with people seeming to want to crash into it off 8. So it's been a challenge. Yeah. But yeah, mostly it'll be going across to hit 86.
My dogs miss it. They used to always cheer them on. That's how I noticed down the bursary.
Good evening. Nothing to report specifically, just playing catch up with reporting. Be coming next couple of sessions with informationals.
You could tell us we won the lottery and we got a lot of money.
We have to play it in order to win. We can.
I don't know if that'll fly. Miss Kristen?
Happy New Year. We are kicking off the new year with 2 new hires. And so we have our first new hire is going to be Francisco Morquecho Monteverde. He's an engineering technician 1 with community development. And then our second new hire is Anthony Orozco. He's actually a returning employee. So he was a previous employee with us. journeyed off and came back. So collection system worker 1 for public services. And that's all we have for today.
Thank you. Mr. Garcia?
Just to reiterate a public safety reminder, as Director Mora and Director Dale pointed out, we've got a lot of road projects out there, so, just a reminder, everyone to drive safe, give yourself extra time, follow my Imperial app, because those projects, those crews are moving from location to location, so we try to keep it updated and push out as much as we can, but sometimes it's unavoidable, just, circumstances, they move, from one location to the other, so just be cautious out there.
That app is amazing. I look at it, I'm like, oh, shoot, I can't go this way. So, all right. Any council member reports?
Nothing, Chris.
Ms. Katie?
Happy New Year, everybody.
All good.
All good? Okay. We're all good then. So our next regular meeting of the Imperial City Council will be held on Wednesday, January 21st, 2026.
And then, before you,
We're going to
yeah,
go to close.
we'll do a motion real quick to go to close, but if there's anyone who would like to comment in advance about any of the items that are listed on the agenda for closed, now is your time to do that.
Nope, we're good now? Okay.
Yeah, motion to go to closed.
Motion to go to closed. Thank you, 7:41.